set. Jacob Hastings from the 20 just played. He'll be the keeper. She'll get a 5 opportunities to see if she can make 5 out of 5. So round of applause for Val. See how she goes tonight. Off you guys go.
My favourite part about this.
The wolf whistle just started. So apparently she has played futsal and football in the past, so I think there's some claim that she might strike the ball pretty well. So let's see. Well, can you hear me at all? I don't think you can hear me.
No way.
Can you hear me? Oh, that'll be encouraging. Don't sleep now. Number 1. There we go. Can strike the ball. She can strike the ball. Can she do 5 out of 5? Number 2. You're going to use your left foot.
Why did you try goal?
Let's go. Ah, well, it's not going to be a perfect record, but a good strike all the same. A very good strike. Number 3. So 1 from 2. It's going to be 2 from 3.
What else are they doing before the game?
Come on, clap it in, clap it in, clap it in, clap it in. Oh, geez. Very respectable. Very respectable. The Stingrays might be making a call after this.
I haven't played soccer.
All right, number 4, second last strike. Come on, let's clap it in again, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, get it oversteer. Roll it up. Come on, bring it up. Oh, straight down the guts. One more try. One more. Let's go.
It should have been the wolfing goal. That is the opportunity.
Yeah. You even put the goalie in the wolf costume. Yeah. I'll go upstairs on Monday.
Yeah.
And I'll
There's some trash talk. There's clearly some trash talk going on. Oh, almost. Top bins, very close to top bins there. That was a fair effort, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? She's done well. Great, so what was that? 2 out of 5, I think. Unfortunately, there's plenty of ammunition for a sidekick Christian from Monday morning, I think. But no, in all seriousness, did strike the ball quite well. So thanks again, Bella. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And looking forward to our first day fixture very shortly.
Yeah, me neither. Oliver! Nice and good. Oh, here we go. Fishy. See that. So that's Dak. See that. You see that. See that. See that. See that. That's what I always wanted to know. Say fuck. How did you do it? You said Dak. I thought it was Dak. Back. Back. Dak. Or is it Bob? Dak. You sure? Yeah, it's one back. Back. Dak. But if back is your name, it's Bob, right? No, it's going to be back. So, how do we get through the first one? We did. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I'm going to guess it is Kushida. Kushida, that's definitely Kushida. Yeah. Oh, he's on the bed. Those are terrible phonetics. Kushida. Like mine, fit. Kushida. Don't write. Yeah, there's nothing to say.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first grade fixture for the SB Raiders versus your Wollongong Wolves. Just running through the team sheets for you. Starting with our visitors, SB Raiders. Number 1, Michael Figueroa. Number 4, Eva Hannigan. Number 5, Anthony Hughes Shaw. Number 8, James Letta. Number 10, Lucas Sednovich. Number 12, Lachlan McGrath. Number 14, Noel Chianese. Number 17, Marcus Fernandez. 18, Charlie Ray. Number 21, Sebastian Malfaro. Number 23, Thomas Macca. Substitutions, number 7, Michael Marchich. Number 11, Thomas Santarosma. Number 19, Riley Cox Farlow. Number 31, Oliver Fredback. 37, Roberto Alugi. Oliver Alugi. 47, Ethan Devon. Number 77, Justin Chan. For the Wollongong Wolves, as the team start to make their way down. Number 5, Daniel Kanazuri. Number 8, Sebastian Duarte. Number 10, Flynn Madden. Number 11, Sebastian Hernandez. 15, Dax Kelly. Number 16, Lucas Kaczynski. Number 17, Marcus Peters. Number 18, Izuya Yamamura. Number 19, in goals, Max Julio.
I'll tell you what was
Number 25, Alex Mascabecchio. Number 44, Yuki Fujita. Substitutions, number 1, Jagged Hastings.
What do you
number
do?
3, Christian Lukovic. Number 6, Zachariah Haran. Number 13, Hugo Cornish. Number 14, Noah Mackey. Number 21, Ray Ball.
What do you want, Leon?
77, William Smith.
What is it? Is it that?
I used up my pass.
I'm done asking for business.
He didn't say it. He didn't do anything.
But what is it? Is it that? Like, pronounced that way?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought maybe it'd be a little...
I did too, but it's not.
Did you have to ask them?
I knew that. Like,
You
there's
heard
a guy
it?
in the aliens that's the same.
But it's such a risk.
They say it all the time.
You're a journalist. You had to do it. I don't remember that.
Just a reminder, as we're waiting for our teams to make their way on the pitch. So fantastic food in the canteen, hot food as well. Grab a beverage if you're inclined also. And just in front of the canteen area, we do lots of merchandise selling. Some fantastic sticker gear. Be it maybe you've got to get an extra layer on there to get the applause, ladies and gentlemen. The SD Raiders and your Wollongong Warriors. Round of applause.
Well, good evening and welcome to Macedonia Park as the action continues from round 24 of the National Premier League's Men's New South Wales, with Wollongong Wolves hosting SD Raiders. Wins have been hard to come by for these teams in recent weeks, but tonight is an opportunity to start to put things right in the final run-in. My name is Tim Gibson. Let's get into the teams, and starting with the home side, the Wollongong Wolves. Max Kunyal continues in goal. Number 5, Banri Kanaizumi. 8, Sebastian Duarte. 10, Flynn Madden. 11, Sebastian Hernandez. 15, Dax Kelly. Number 16 is Lucas Trajsevski. 17, Marcus Beattie. 18, Kazuya Yamamura. 25, Alex Mashivecchio. And number 44 is Yuto Fujita. Over to the visitors now, and Michael Figuera is the goalkeeper. 4, Cooper Hannigan. 5, Jet McHugh Shaw. 8, James Letta. 10, Luka Nezovic. 12 is Lachlan McGrath. Number 14, Noah Kianese. 17, Martin Fernandez. 18, Charlie Ragg. 21, Sebastian Malfarra. And 23, Thomas Mako. Declan Woods is the referee. The Wolves are going to be playing in their red kit, while SD Raiders playing in green shirts and white shorts. About ready to get underway in this one. Under the lights here at Macedonia Park. So who's going to make the most of this one as we get underway on a cool winter's evening here on the south coast, with the Wolves starting in possession. And while it has been a challenging run for the Wolves in recent weeks, 6 defeats in their last 7 games, and haven't won in any of those 7 either. And that comes after what was a 12-game unbeaten run. The other factor contributing has also been a less confident defensive record. 15 goals conceded in their last 7 games, when previously clean sheets and just 1 or 2 goals conceded were the norm. This is a chance to turn things around. Luke Wilkshire back in the dugout for the Wolves, back from covering the World Cup. It'll be a welcome return for the Wolves to have his leadership. And additionally, a win could take them back into the top 6, which, given the poor run they've been on, would be a really positive thing for them. Has been a bit of a reshuffle for the Wolves with a couple of injuries. Marcus Beattie's dropped into right back. Also, Lachlan Scott and Dylan Ryan missing as well. Which has seen a reshuffle, but SD Raiders are also in a bit of a tough run of form at the moment on a 3-game losing run, but have certainly improved from how they started the year, and opportunity for them now to move the ball quickly onto this left-hand side. Marcus Beattie initially attentive, following the touch from Charlie Ragg, but the Wolves will have the throw in their defensive half to try and get it back up the field. As mentioned with the visitors, it was a rough start to the year. They didn't win any of their first 6 games, and being a newly promoted side, it was always going to be a consideration as to whether they could turn things around, but they certainly have. But they've also turned it over here with Fujita running at the back line, shifts the ball inside. Here's Madden, who'll take on a strike. That one bounces harmlessly wide. But yes, the SD Raiders have certainly recovered from that disappointing start. They've moved away from those relegation places. Aren't totally safe yet, but certainly in a much stronger position than they were. And here is Trajcevski. Gets lost in his feet, but he'll work back to win that and does ever so well and can carry on now. Still going, Trajcevski. Really determined work from the youngster, but does a bit too much in the end. Going the other way now is Mal Farah. Fired wide. Cooper Hannigan can look to deliver perhaps. Chooses to play the ball short for Nezovic. Now some settled possession for Raiders. Of course, Raiders did beat the Wolves last year in the preliminary rounds of the Australia Cup in what was considered an upset. Perhaps now, given the form of the Wolves, they may fancy their chances in this one a bit more, but that was an example of the problems they can cause for these established NPL teams. They've registered a couple of impressive victories already against sides above them in the table. The Wolves will be wary of that. Kamozumi tries to play that into the channel, but ball goes astray. Continuing with the theme of cup football for Raiders, they've had another strong campaign in the Australia Cup. And in fact, their route to the national stage involved 3 sides from the local Illawarra Premier League competition, where of course the Wolves are also based. So these are sides in the local competition here that Raiders had to overcome. Apples in behind, but offside flag goes up. Beat the likes of the Albion Park White Eagles, and they're a side that features former Marconi stalwart Nathan Milgate, and they also overcome Shell Harbour, and in round 7, the final preliminary round before the national stage, they beat Wollongong United, who do play at this venue. This is their home ground. So they have already shown they can beat sides on the south coast, but the Wolves will be hoping to cause them some more issues. And here is Fujita, who's had a lively start to this match and gets a cross in towards Trajcevski, who had time to bring it down, but Raiders can take it away now. Hasn't been the most fluid start to this game. Neither side posing too many issues to the other. That pass, an example of that. As it goes astray, but you'd think the first goal in this one will be a valuable indicator of the direction the result may go in. Ball in behind, and that's something that Kunyul will have to take control of. Kunyul, who, following the departure of Daniel Solski, came into goal last weekend, and despite that defeat to Sydney Olympic, he made plenty of top saves and demonstrated that he can be a steady set of hands in between the sticks as well. His predecessor, Daniel Solski, of course, signing for Perth Glory in the A-League competition, and it's becoming somewhat of a pipeline of goalkeepers getting opportunities at a higher level. But here is Fujita looking to try and take a touch. Trajsevski trying to wriggle his way into a position of danger, but will be forced back to Yamamura. Deep cross towards Hernandez, but Figueroa is able to claim that one. Dax Kelly misses his header, and now Raiders can try to take it the other direction through Kianese as Charlie Ragg picks up the ball now. Now Farah goes wide. Hannigan looks to stand a cross up, well defended by Yamamura. Back out to Malfarah, who's not being shown a route forwards and forced to go back to Hannigan. Ball goes in now, headed away by Kanaizumi. Duarte further away. Still in possession though, Raiders. That ball is clipped only as far as Duarte. He takes his time, but not too many options presenting themselves. Good touch from Madden to open things up. Here's Mashivecchio wide now for Beatty. Wolves looking to move into an attacking area now with Hernandez. Hernandez drifts inside with the ball and can't pick out Madden though. And referee gets in the way of that one, so it'll be a drop ball to Raiders, who are looking to try and hit things on the counter-attack. And that's misjudged by Kanaizumi, and Kianese can take it away, and that's an optimistic strike in the end, but look to try and test the work of Kunyul early on as we go through the 10-minute barrier of this one. Kunyul, of course, the latest in a line of goalkeepers to get an opportunity at the Wolves. Thomas Butkovic back in 2023 was given a chance by David Carney, and following a series of outstanding performances, earned a move over to the college system of the United States. Displaced Nenad Vekic, who was a much more experienced goalkeeper. But Butkovic kept his place, and that's a ball over the top for Hernandez that he can chase in behind. Looks to try and lob the ball into the far post, but got it all wrong. And Figueroa can calmly pick that up. Hannigan proving an outlet down the right, though, for Raiders. Happy to use a bit of that pace to try and get some territory higher up the field for the visitors. Wins the free kick on this occasion. Kunyul is able to catch that one. That was something Solski was very effective at, was being able to claim the ball in crossing situations, which really took the pressure off them. The Wolves, Mashivecchio, ball taken off him there. Here come Raiders the other way. Kianese looks to clip a ball in behind, and that'll spin behind for a throw-in in that corner. Another nervy touch from Dax Kelly, who's playing in the centre of defence alongside Ken Izumi, has been given plenty more opportunities than he has in previous years. Dax Kelly, and has shown his worth as well. That's a ball for Kianese, and that's a brilliant header. The opening goal comes the way of SD Raiders, and it's through their big striker. Lovely whipped cross, and the header ended up crashing into the post and into the goal, but nonetheless a fantastic start to this game for the away side, and something that will give them the boost. Perhaps they need to go on and win this game. Mentioned the importance of that first goal, and it's gone the way of Raiders. Three points could take them ahead of NSW, the other newly promoted side this season. Depending on their results against NWS Spirit. But they haven't given the Wolves much to try and attack at, but Hernandez could change that now. Still going Hernandez, cross in for Mashivecchio, and it's an instant response from the Wolves. Well played advantage from the referee as well to keep things moving. And just like that, we've seen an explosion of goals. Mashivecchio with the finish. But that's the danger Hernandez can present down the right side. He has had a couple of chances there, and that one he got right. Mashivecchio on hand to convert. Mashivecchio, his fifth goal of the season, was on the bench against Sydney Olympic, but returned to the starting 11 this evening into great effect there. Free kick for Raiders. Kianese is causing issues as well for the Wollongong backline. That was his fourth goal of the season. He's been a regular at SD Raiders over the years, and that's his first goal since round 8. Can they find another one here, though? The away side headed away well by Dax Kelly, a confident header. And that's a miss-hit clearance. Yamamura goes forwards, but bounced up awkwardly. Mashivecchio couldn't go for it as he was offside, and there were no other Wolves attackers in the vicinity. Flicked on header again. Dax Kelly well positioned. Duarte further on for Hernandez. Trajcevski plays a 1-2 with Hernandez. Will try to sprint onto that one. It's another awkward back pass, and this time Figuera gets much more on it. Raiders go direct again towards KNAC. And then the ball and goes wide again, cross in, and it's a lovely ball right into the danger area, and they had players over Raiders. Cross comes back in again, headed away by Ken Izumi. Fujita tries to hold up the ball. Still going Fujita. And free kick goes against the Wolves. It's another one of a series of free kicks that they've been giving away, and another good example of the quality on display from the Raiders fullback Cooper Hannigan. Firstly, the cross in initially. 2 or 3 players who could have got a touch to put the ball in the goal, and then a nice bit of tenacious work to try and win it back, which he did quite successfully. And they'll have a free kick. Bit of wrestling going on in the box. Bit of an issue between players, just 19 minutes into this one, and already tempers are starting to fray a little bit. Lachlan McGrath is being pulled aside alongside Sebastian Duarte for the Wolves. So an early discussion here, and hopefully something that can be resolved swiftly, and this ball can be delivered into the box. Ball comes in. Yamamura confidently clears. Madden will sprint onto that one, and that's a cynical challenge. And prompts a yellow card. And again, just seconds later, and players from everywhere coming in to get involved in a scuffle. It was a poor challenge, and cynically trying to stop Madden from getting away there, but also left a bit on the young midfielder, which perhaps he didn't need to do in those circumstances, especially as we're only just through the 20-minute mark. Looks like the fourth official is going to have a word here to potentially provide some further guidance on this one. We'll see how it gets resolved. There is going to be further discussions here, and it's a straight red card. Raiders down to 10. It's Luka Nezovic who's been sent off. And that does change the complexion of this game. So now the Raiders will have to react to this, and it's fair to say the away bench is not pleased with that decision. And it looks like Talking Will. See a yellow card brandished on the bench. Need to get back in control of this one, Raiders. They've been highly competitive and have looked the better of the two sides. They were unfortunate to concede that goal, but they're showing great promise with the crosses they've been able to get into the box. Here's Kenai Zumi. He's looking to lean into some of that experience with lots of Yamamura now on the ball. Here's Madden, and another challenge on Madden there. This time from Sebastian Malfarra. That ball given away by the Wolves. And after what was a quiet opening 10 minutes or around there, it's burst into life, this game, with a couple of goals and a red card. Raiders now down to 10 players, but have looked to make a fast impression in this one and not showing any fear despite being reduced a player. And why should they? They showed promise in the game already, and here's the chance. Push it wide towards Martin Fernandez, but goes over the byline. Madden. That touch gets away from Dax Kelly, but BT will return the ball. Here's Yamamura. In behind for Fujita. He'll have a decent race on his hands and does very well to find Duarte. Mashivecchio now. Krasevsky slips in the box, but they'll look to try and play out Kianesi. Nice work from Raiders to get out of that situation and win the free kick. Throw in. Not allowed to be taken quickly. It looks like we returned for a free kick. Game will hopefully find its tempo again as we approach the half-hour mark. Good to see this game on at Macedonia Park, despite several other fixtures on the south coast being washed out due to the rain, and there's an opportunity. Fernandez. His header goes wide. But they'll look to utilise those balls into the box. particularly with a couple of the Wolves' more recognised defenders in Dylan Ryan and also Jake Shaked not in the side. It is an area that they could look to exploit. Here's Fernandez. Raiders will keep possession now. Oh, down the line. Now Farah, good touch. Tries to play it forward and Madden able to flick that over. Fujita not deemed to have been pulled back in the end. The decision is given. A little late, but got there in the end. A few softer free kicks could potentially calm down the heated nature of the contest after the last few minutes. And here's Fujita wide. Fujita tries to create something, goes on the outside, stands it up towards Mashivecchio, able to bring it down. Beatty with a driving finish. It's come back. Deflected and spins behind for the corner. That was good play though from the home side. It wasn't just the red card, but an incident before that with the free kick, with players getting involved. So we'll look to see how these next few minutes play out, but this would be a big moment for the Wolves if they can make this corner count. Madden's delivery is short. Cleared by Chianese as BT finds Mashivecchio. Mashivecchio looking for options and goes to cross it in. Awkward bounce, but good header away. Here is Dax Kelly to find Madden. On for Hernandez. He'll look to run at his fullback on the opposite side now. Chooses to pick out Madden. Madden with a cross towards Fujita. Top header, but a fantastic save from Figuera from such close range, but here's Charlie Ragg down the other side. They'll look to keep it moving quickly though now, Raiders. Trajcevski battles to win that and Fujita finishes the job. Duarte, nice pass into the channel for Hernandez. Hernandez looks to make his way into the box, weaving his way through and nearly picked out Yamamura at the far post. In the end, it was some good defending just to hold up the situation. That is where Hernandez and also Fujita can be really dangerous, is when they're allowed to run forwards and try to create opportunities from wide areas. Something Raiders will have to be wary of, particularly now they are down to 10. Chianese looks to hold it up, but in the end it'll fall for Yamamura. Trajcevski slips. Hernandez wins the first contest, but that's composed work from Lachlan McGrath, and they can play out now, Raiders. Ball in behind for Rag to chase. Hasn't bounced kindly and look to pick out Hannigan. Game is becoming rather end-to-end, providing a little bit more pace to the contest. Duarte in a foot race with Hannigan that he wins. Lesser looks to cross, but charged down by Trajcevski. McGrath. Malfarra. Kianese, well-timed run. Takes his time to pick out a cross, but didn't have the options. That will be a challenge for Raiders now. They're not going to have as many forward options. Plenty of space as well in midfield. Yamamura can turn and find Madden. Madden plays it to Fujita. Fujita cuts inside and hits a shot, headed away by McGrath, but up rather than out for Guerra. Good catch. Under pressure from Trajcevski. Now Martin Fernandez. And look to go forwards, and there'll be a free kick, yellow card, the way of Fujita. Right in front of the benches again. There's been a few incidents near that touchline, which is inflaming things. Raiders can get the ball into the box and try to create something. There's going to be another yellow card. It looks to be an issue of dissent. For Cooper Hannigan, who's been one of Raiders' better players and is a fullback, and that's not something that's going to be particularly useful for him, being on a yellow card against two wingers who are happy to run at him. But now comes the set piece. Floated in and headed on by Kianese. It's still on here for Raiders. Can they make something in the box? Questions for a handball, but not given by the referee. Trajcevski under pressure from Malfarra. And then blasted into the stands, and that'll be a yellow card. Well, going to have to take a bit more control out there, because a number of players booked, and rather unnecessarily in many instances. That's Lachlan McGrath, who's gone into the book. There were those question marks over a handball, and it wasn't dealt with by the Wolves. Those aerial balls they're not dealing with particularly confidently, and that one almost resulted in a penalty. That's another foul. Madden in behind for Hernandez. Hernandez first time cross. That one though goes a little awry. Just noticing on the pitch now, it is a little bit soggy, given all the rain over the past 24 hours or so. That could become an increasingly important factor as we go on in this game into the final 10 minutes of this first half, plus whatever is added on, and there could be a little bit with the red card and a couple of other instances that have eaten into the allotted time. BT forwards for Maschivecchio. Early ball forwards, importantly cut out by Dax Kelly-Madden. Gives it away, and now Raiders can try to slip in Charlie Ragg, who's gone into the box one-on-one with BT, but good defending. And that'll go behind for the corner. Nice work initially from Thomas Mako. It's a play in Ragg, but in the end they'll have to settle for a corner kick, which provides some promise. They're a physically big side, this Raiders team. And they'll look to make the most of it here. Not sure if we'll be able to take this corner with a bit of wrestling and the like going on in the box. Good delivery right on top of Kunyal. But in the end, Yamamura can kick it away for Maschivecchio. Ball played forwards for Madden. And Lucas Trajcevski sitting there in acres. The ball, though, left behind by the midfielder. Yamamura, forwards for Madden. And here's Hernandez, straight through on goal. Sebastian Hernandez still going, goes round the keeper and scores. The Wolves lead after a chaotic first half. They do have the lead. And Hernandez at the heart of things again. Has found so much space out there.
Start making your way fairly shortly to the northwestern corner. That's just to the northern end, the left-hand side from where you're sitting at the grandstand.
Hernandez just found himself in acres of space through the middle. Seems to have been a fair bit of talk going on between the players. Hernandez has had his say in the last few minutes. It's coming from behind to lead, and they do have the player advantage, but Raiders are showing no signs of not being competitive. And here's a chance for them to hit back right away. Kianese. Fernandez. Duarte. Cleared away, but only as far now with Malfarra receiving the throw-in. Fujita, determined work to hold on to the ball down the line for Maschivecchio. That was a tricky one to bring under control, and Raiders will get the throw in. It's tough on Raiders to be behind in this game. They've actually been a really productive attacking force with these direct balls forward. Kianese, though, flagged offside on this occasion. But we doubt that a one-goal buffer will be sufficient for the Wolves tonight, given the way the visitors have approached this game. Yamamura. Hernandez. Madden tries to play it down the line for Hernandez, who will not give that up. Ends up fouling his opponent, though. Lachlan McGrath there. DT skewed off him, but did enough to prevent Kinesi picking up the ball. And that'll be a throw-in. McHugh Shaw. Yamamura under the touch of Fernandez. Here's Hernandez. Throwing goes the way of Raiders, though. Farah trying to be a driving force for this Raiders team and almost kept in expertly by Hannigan, but rolls away from his grasp. Now they look to work it through midfield. Raiders. McGrath. Cross back to James Letter. Trajcevski. Interesting touch, but effective. Now Mashivecchio. Dax Kelly has been in a real wrestling match up against Noah Kianesi. Possession will be valuable for the Wolves in this context as they look to wear down their opponents. They do have the narrow advantage. Trajcevski, good ball in behind for Hernandez. Plays it across, Madden's header over the top. Chances coming and Raiders can't deal with Hernandez at the moment as we go into 1 minute of additional time. Could be the last chance of this first half, under 30 seconds to go. Raiders will look to get it forwards direct. Trajcevski wins the header. James Letter, that goes out for a throw-in. Only moments left now of this first half. And that's half-time. And what has been an increasingly chaotic contest. The Wolves have a 2-1 lead over SD Raiders as they go into the sheds. And they also have an extra player, but we'll be back in a little over 10 minutes' time, the second half.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through raffle ticks. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Hold it.
Shifting inside. Bugaria spins. Kukuchka. Shifting one way and the other. Kukuchka! Duarte able to link up with Cornish. And now Lockie Scott has stolen a march on Ziggy Gordon here. Lockie Scott bursting into the area and finishing with aplomb. Cheaply giving the ball away there as a Killian and giving the Wolves with a golden opportunity here for Cornish. 1 and 2 as well, if you don't mind. Still going here. Kukuchka pulled into the area. Strike. Goal! As support wide in the form of Nizam. Instead it goes centrally for Daniel Wong. Is this the moment? What a save again from Kunail. He's got some more work to do as it rattles the woodwork. Nodded forward. Wong! That is the moment.
Byron can stop him. Here comes Nicholas Olsen to leg it 1-0 and does just. He's very fortunate. That's a good ball. There's plenty of people there. Chance. Oh, and it can't be tapped in by Manly. It's still in the box, waiting for a shot, and it does find it in. And it's Darcy Burgess. Great ball. If Kimura can take it. Oh, what a touch. Kimura all the way through. Could it be two? It is. Oh, what a winner.
Major or Figuera. And Major sends him the wrong way, stares him down. Major, ball just gets away from him. Forced back. Nice turn from Jackson Brown. And how about that from Caleb Jackson Brown? Cross in again. Nikolovsky first tour, but the ball on the edge of the area falls to Marcic. First touch, goal! Michal Marcic comes on and with his first touch. Tanaka crosses in toward O'Brien and he makes it 3.
Kuda looking for Farinella. He's led Adianzio to the ball. Stewart coming through on the outside. Stewart on the tight angle. What an excellent finish. Sydney FC have got a double change in the wings. Junior Conde and Corey Cronin. Here's a pass from Caspers. It's an incisive ball. It's been missed by Zavadinos, and a gift has been presented. Appia's score. And that pass to Pizzuti is promising. Is this Sydney's moment? Pizzuti cuts it back, and stepping in was Conroy. Pizzuti with a drive. It's going to be volleyed in. Sydney are back in business. And it's Josh Brezet.
Touches an opposition half for Spirit up and high. And here's Keeley, and Keeley with the shot. And that's a terrific finish from Callum Keeley up into the top corner. Lovely pass. Skatarich looking for the ball back. Skatarich. Well, Skatarich, the ball is deflected away. And a most unlikely goal as the ball is being cleared. Nicholas Skatarich putting pressure on Jake. You can absolutely see your breath now, as can the players. And now here is Mustafoy. He's inside the box. Takes one touch. Mustafoy looks up, looking to find Keeley. And it's driven into the back post there. Petranos didn't quite catch it, but Kobayashi did. Can he release Kobayashi? He can't. He gets a touch here. And now Kobayashi's getting on the ball. Mustafoy is driving forward. He's onside. He's just got the goalkeeper to beat. Mustafoy is there. A terrific save. No, it's got through. What a finish to this game. Oh, there's a punch from Janjetovic.
It was on a lead, Nathan Roberts. Nathan Roberts trying to get possession. Ball played back to Malfarra. Malfarra has a crack. Malfarra does it once again. Changes for both sides, as we've mentioned. And now Quilligan works a ball towards the far post. There's a touch. Goes over the top of Kenny. Then the header. It's in. Pufflet. Fantastic.
And De Oliveira, and De Oliveira will make way now. De Oliveira put far too much on the last one. Wada goes direct. Superb. A sweet strike from Tomoki Wada.
Here he is with the corner. It's a good ball in. Sinot has to punch. It's back out with Franco Meyer. And how about that? Bernie on that underlapping run gets into the area and lays it off for Jesic. And Marconi go bang bang. Down easy for Sekenis. He's looking to try and add something. Damien Sekenis gets Sunday Yona into the attack. Yona tries to go between defenders, still has it, Sunday Yona. Sekenis with the header.
by next game, we could start with a full game. Right? Yeah, okay. That'd be, yeah, that's great. I don't know. That seems a little much for what seems like. They might have more context. Yeah, okay.
Well, welcome back for the second half here at Macedonia Park. The Wolves leading 2-1 over SD Raiders, who are down to 10 players. One change for the Wolves, which is Yuto Fujita coming off and Hugo Cornish coming on. Fujita, who of course was on a yellow card. Nonetheless, the Wolves are in front at the moment, and they do have that player advantage. Luka Nezovic sent off for the away side in the first half, but it was actually the visitors who went in front first. But firstly, here's Cornish wide for Masciavecchio. Cornish runs on, picks it up in the box, forced to backheel it in the end, and well scrambled by Raiders. Cornish, who did score his first goal for the Wolves against Sydney Olympic last round in the defeat, joined from Western City Rangers mid-season, and is providing a bit of a different option up front for the Wolves. And that is especially useful given Lockton Scott is unavailable this evening. But that's given away, and now Chianese can play it on for Fernandez, and back to Chianese. Lovely clipped in goal. Beautiful chip and a perfect start to this second half. Exactly what they needed, but they've never been out of this game, Raiders. Now the Wolves have got it all to do. So they look to try and win this game. But SD Raiders will also have their eyes on victory now. That's a double for Chianese. Taking his tally now to 5 for the season. Hernandez brings it down, but that'll run away for a corner. He's nearly doubled his goal-scoring tally for the year. The big striker. And has caused all sorts of problems for the Wolves back line. That one there, a lovely composed finish. His first was a looping header. Ball in from Madden. Headed away only as far as Hernandez. Yamamura flicks on, but to no one in the end. Hannigan goes down the line. Trajcevski picks it up now. Yamamura, Trajcevski still going. Can Lucas Trajcevski make a difference here? Back to Yamamura, who goes to try and loft the ball in. It goes over the top. Figueroa was concerned about it for a moment. And And this game just continues to provide more drama. Cornish. Here's Kelly. Hernandez. Back now with the SD Raiders backline, and Kianese will win the throw-in up the field, and still going into the box now, cleared away by Beatty. Here's Trajcevski, something to chase. Mastriavecchio, good run into the channel. And as he grabbed down there, nothing given. And well, it's been a consistent theme of this. SD Raiders getting in the faces of their opponents and looking to try and cause issues out there on the field. That's the latest example from Sebastian Malfarra. Something to keep an eye on for the referee. Already received several yellow cards in that first half, but it is ruffling the feathers of their opponents. Which could be their route back into a winning position in this contest. Of course, they were the side that went in front first, but they were quickly pegged back. Then they went down to 10 players. The Wolves took the lead, but straight after half-time, they made the difference. Nudge in the back there from Kianese on Kanaizumi. Cross looped in towards the far post, saved by Kunyul. It's still around there. Madden clears it further. Duarte. If he can pick a pass forwards now, it's overhit for Yamamura. It'll come back to Madden. Nice touch from Madden. He can carry on forwards. And the free kick goes his way. That was good composed work from the midfielder. Yamamura. Duarte. Kanaizumi. Switch for Hernandez. Touch gets away from him though, and Charlie Ragg will see it out for the throw-in. Taken by McHugh Short. Trajcevski. Still going, Trajcevski down the right wing. That'll be a corner. Corner looping, Yamamura. Still there for Yamamura, but that touch is going to Get away from Jet McHugh short. Here is Trajcevski. Duarte. Ball comes in. Lovely low ball across, but no one there. Chances will still come for the Wolves, even though Raiders are level and committing numbers forwards. That will cause them issues going the other way. Hernandez's ball in. Here's Madden. Able to turn. And Madden shoots wide. Now the changes will come for SD Raiders. Thomas Mako is one of those players coming off, as is Jet McHugh Shaw. Changes coming only 10 minutes into second half.
Coming off is 23, Thomas Mako, for number 19, Riley Cox-Barlow.
Riley Cox-Barlow is one of the players coming on.
And number 5, Jet McHugh Shaw.
Got a number 16 on the team sheet. SD Raiders, but not a number 16 running around on the field, but not on the team sheet. So we'll wait to see if we can confirm who that player is that's come on. But the one change we do know is Riley Cox-Barlow is on to provide a new attacking weapon. And that ball in behind for Kianese, who looks to have sprung well and drives a finish. Rolls past the post, but he's had a number of good opportunities and really hasn't been dealt with. But also making a nuisance of himself up there, and that could have been a hat-trick for him. Looks like it could be Justin Frias who's come on. Just wearing number 16 instead of the number 77. Mashivecchio tries to get that in. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez can look to sprint away now. Has a run ahead of him. Cox-Barlow. Still going back to Fernandez. Good tackle by Yamamura. Now here comes Madden. Madden for Hernandez. Plays it forwards for Hugo Cornish, who hasn't had too many touches early on. Madden. Madden pulled back. Very much cynically, but no card brandished. Trajcevski. That ball's picked out. Riley Cox-Barlow. Cunyo. And well, they haven't had a great deal of shooting opportunities, Raiders, but they have had several good situations and they've profited from 2. And you'd think they'd continue to be able to chip away at those and potentially get back in front. The Wolves will hope they have enough on the pitch, though, to prevent that. But you wouldn't think that it was Raiders down to 10 with the way they've played, especially in this second half. Malfarra. Duarte's cut that out though. Mashivecchio takes the ball over halfway. Madden. Kinese charges that down and wins out. He's had a top game so far. Frias now. Looks like he's wearing number 6 out there. Hernandez takes a tumble. Cross comes in though. Duarte clears it away. Yamamura. Mashivecchio. Yamamura was in heaps of space. Malfarra with a crucial block to stop that ball finding the midfielder wide. Ball gets away from Martin Fernandez. Ken Izumi plays a dangerous ball inside for Hugo Cornish, who couldn't win that. And Malfarra wins the foul. Couple of more changes being prepared for Raiders, but also the Wolves are looking to their bench. Farah's ball in is a good one. Kianese has buried it, and he's got a hat-trick. And they're back in front. They've worked hard for that, and it's been an outstanding second half performance. And they have the lead once again. Kianese with the goal, and that's a hat-trick for him, and well, he has doubled his goal tally. Now the changes will come. Both sides have prepared them. Madden comes off for the Wolves, replaced by Ian Ball. And it will be Kianese who comes off for a well-deserved break. Another changes. Martin Fernandez who comes off as well. Thomas Santarossa and Kyle Marcic are on. Or rather, Robert Aramugo is the player under the field, as well as Marcic. Fernandez and Kianese both off. So a couple of more attacking changes for Raiders. And they have the lead now. Kelly tries to switch it towards Hernandez. Deemed to have pulled back. Still got nearly half an hour of regular game time left. So it could go either way, but the away side have showed a real promise in this game and a determination. Really feel aggrieved by the early red card decision. Can they grab another one here? Ramugo wins the corner. And they've used that as motivation to really kick on in this contest, especially after half-time, and the Wolves haven't had the answers. Now Farah's delivery in on that last free kick for Kienese was on point. Now we'll look to apply a similar effort from the corner here. Deep cross in right under Cunil, who does well to get a touch. Hernandez can sprint away now, looks for options, picks out Masciavecchio. Counter attack here for the winger. Masciavecchio cuts inside, still going Masciavecchio. Chose not to shoot, but in the end the pass back to Hernandez was mistimed. And that's really determined work though from Hernandez to get back into position and block it. It goes the Wolves' way. Once again, temper's starting to flare. Cox Barlow involved in that one, and just talking to both players in Dax Kelly and Riley Cox Barlow, just to simmer things back down. So they don't boil over again. Kanaizumi, nice pass for Duarte. Headed away, still on though, here's Liam Ball. Duarte finds Kanaizumi. Here's Beattie. Wide opportunity for Hernandez. Cuts inside again, Hernandez. Goes into the box with real explosiveness. Takes a tumble. Lost his balance rather there, but it's back with Beattie. Switched for Masciavecchio. Duarte on the overlap. Gets a cross in, headed away nicely. Clear their lines. And this could be a foot race, but Cunil gets there first. Composed pass into Ball. Now Masciavecchio. Plays it on for Duarte on the overlap again. Good sliding challenge. And well, that's a slight strike there, and retaliation on both parts. We've got a yellow card there, Duarte, but there'll be nothing for Sebastian Malfarra, who's really dominated the mental game out there. And has left the Wolves rather rattled. Certainly a bit of pushing between both parties there, but it's Duarte who's picked up the booking. Free kick goes Duarte's way on this occasion. Ball on for Duarte. It's Duarte. Plays it on for Trajcevski, goes for ball. Ball caught by Figuera. I think they are lacking the leadership of Lachlan Scott out there, particularly his physical presence and ability to get the Wolves up the field. Cornish hasn't got too much of the ball since he came on at half-time for Wollongong. No foul given, and we'll play on here with Raiders. Ball looped in, Duarte volleys it away. Malfarra will come onto it. Challenge from Ball. Goes down Malfarra, but nothing given. Cunyo rolls it out for Beattie. That'll be cut out by Charlie Ragg, who's gotten through so much work up and down that touchline. Aramugo now. And it's a free kick right on the edge of the box. Another set piece to be whipped into the danger area. Not committing too many numbers forwards, though. Of course, wary of the counter-attacking threat in the other direction. Goes for a direct shot, though. Kunyal gets an initial touch on it. Hasn't quite been cleared yet. Cornish trying to hold it up. Still awkward there, and eventually comes out for a shooting effort. Just wide. From Sebastian Malfarra. We'll get another go at this. Ball into the box, this time from a corner. Wolves now sending players out from the corner, but Kunyal gets an important touch on it. Now ball leaves it away forwards. Cornish tries to get a touch in. Here's Mashivecchio. Neat nutmeg and switch of play for Hernandez. Malfarra. Able to get on to the end of that. Cornish isn't giving that one up. And Figuera stays down. Looks like another change being prepared. Yellow card goes out for Cornish. Trajcevski coming off for the Wolves, and Dylan King's going to come on. Change up front. But also, looks like the Wolves may have switched their system. Going to a 3 at the back, with Beattie pushing into midfield, leaving Duarte, Kanaizumi and Dax Kelly at the back. So it'll mean more numbers forwards, and now they'll be perhaps leaving a bit more for SD Raiders to work with in attack. Now Farah goes to the floor, and it'll be Cornish who's down now. Ball will be dropped back to the visitors. Hannigan now. Cornish works back in to make the tackle. Cox Barlow was forced into the corner, and now Hannigan is also struggling to make progress, but it's worked out in the end. Cox Barlow, lovely piece of work there. Still on for Hannigan. It'll be a corner. Farah to whip this in, but first, bit of a wrestling match going on in the box, which referee is going to deal with. Free kick goes the way of the Wolves. Beattie. Willing to work so hard, Raiders, to continue pressing even with 10 players. See how they adapt now that the Wolves have gone to a 3 at the back, allowing Yamamura to push into a more advanced position. Hernandez skips around the first challenge. Into the box he goes. Cleared away, but ball with a shot. A snapshot, unfortunately, for the Wolves, straight at Figuera. Duarte couldn't bring it down. Didn't have too much pressure on him either. Could have let that potentially go out, but now the Raiders have the ball up the field. And again, we'll take this throw-in. Kanaizumi. This game also continues a worrying trend for the Wolves of conceding goals. I mentioned that they were starting to concede way more frequently than initially they were, and this is another example of that. 3 goals conceded, 2 of them against 10 players. Mashivecchio, that's a good cross. Cornish's header flicked wide. Offside flag up nonetheless, so wouldn't have counted. 10 regular minutes to play. From Dax Kelly, no foul given. Kanaizumi will be forced to deal with that, and given away, gets back in front initially. Dax Kelly gets back to help out. Ball. That's a rash challenge there. That'll be a yellow card for the SD Raiders substitute. And Justin Frias. Kanaizumi trying to slip it in for Yamamura. How can Raiders knit something together? Dax Kelly, that touch hasn't worked out. Flicked back behind, and Cox Barlow couldn't get a shot off in the end. Beatty. Wide for Dax Kelly. Hernandez looks to skip around Rag. Kanaizumi. Cornish brings it down. Yamamura for Mashivecchio. Goes on the outside, clips in across, headed back across, still on for the Wolves. Figueira fouled in the end. Gone down with a nasty head knock. Dax Kelly falls back to Kunyal. The Wolves will need to keep creating chances. That ball is short though. Can Raiders finish it off here? Can Izumi? Fouled by Cox Barlow. And ball looks to find Cornish. Mascivecchio can take over now. Duarte. His ball. Ball trying to maze his way through. Yamamura can't get a touch. Cornish will be forced to chase back. Well, Raiders have a player down. And they are preparing a change. Eating away the seconds. Got 4 minutes of regular time left, plus whatever additional time. The substitute doesn't appear to be ready just yet. Looks like it's James Letter who's going to have to take his leave. He's been a relative rock at the back. And we will make that change now. Charlie Ragg has come across to right fullback. And it's Thomas Santarossa who's on. Kunyal under pressure to pick a pass. Actually finds Hernandez. Now comes Dax Kelly forwards. Strong challenge and it's a yellow card. Goes the way of Robert Eramugo. His ball. Ball in for Dylan King. Kelly finds Kanizumi. Duarte. Mascivecchio back to Kanizumi. An organised defence for Raiders. Rag heads away. Cornish. Duarte. Mascivecchio takes over. King gets a touch in just away from Mascivecchio though. Eramugo sprints through. This is a chance to seal the game. No, the flag is up. Buried into the bottom corner by Cox Barlow, but it won't count. Ball for Duarte. Chooses to cross. Spins away for the Raiders throw-in. Delivery in towards Yamamura. Offside flag against the experienced Japanese midfielder. There's going to be 5 additional minutes for the visitors to navigate if they're to get over the line with what will be a much celebrated victory for them. Here's Cornish. Duarte. Maschivecchio. Dax Kelly will chase back and play Kunyal. Here's Ken Izumi. Duarte providing an option, but it'll go back to Kunyal. Well, everyone's stumbling here, and it's a shooting opportunity that Kunyal gets his hands on. Machuchu thought he had an opportunity to seal the game, but Kunyal managed to get back in his goal. Rag kicks the ball away slightly, but Wolves can get it back underway reasonably swiftly. Duarte whips the ball in, but Figuera eventually grabs it. BT has to deal with that. And Hernandez has tripped up his opponent there in Cox Barlow, who's been just as much of a nuisance as Noah Kianese. Since he came on up front and wins the free kick now, and this will be a real reliever of pressure for them. Only a couple of minutes left in this contest, so they'll be taking their time on this one. Not really committing anyone into the box. Now Farah to pick it up, and they'll go straight to the corner. And they win the throw in there, the Wolves, but can they get it forwards? Ken Izumi, a few wild challenges flying in and a shooting chance for Cox Barlow. Well, it's Malfarah who's gone down. This will eat into time further. Only about 90 seconds of stoppage time remaining. You'd think there'd be a little bit more added on though. This will be a frustrating one for the Wolves though. They've not got it going, and it extends a troubling run of results for them as the prospect of finals football starts to slip away, which only a month or so ago looked to be nailed on for them, and they're actually looking up towards the top three. Well, how times have changed, but this will be a particularly frustrating one for them and something they'll want to put right in the coming weeks. On the horizon, they've got Blacktown City at home. That's next Sunday, and then they go away to the Sutherland Sharks before back at home against Sydney United, and then Rockdale away. So a really challenging run of fixtures for them to get back on track in this competition. Here's Mashavecchio. Ball goes forwards towards Hernandez. Figuera gets his hands on that. Raiders up next will have to face Marconi. So they've also got some tough games coming up. Only seconds of this one remaining. Offside flag goes up, and even so, Cunha makes the save. Can't be too much longer left in this one now. And it's full time here at Macedonia Park. SD Raiders with 10 players have come from behind to beat the Wolves. My name is Tim Gibson. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for attending tonight on Saturday night. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday, the 26th of July, and the Wolves take on Blacktown City. Thank you indeed. All the best for the week.
Oh, yeah. Feisty, isn't it? Anyway, I'll see you next time.